right. Thank you for joining me on another one here. So, yesterday, from President Trump's cabinet press conference, he had an emergency press conference, for the end of the year. So, he was asked about Somalis. It looks like the target is now on Somalis. So, he referred to Somalis as garbage. I don't want to keep you, waiting. You can hear it, straight from the horse's mouth. Here we go.
Before we go, it is hard to comprehend what the President of the United States said today about Somali people. After lashing out at Governor Walz and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, President Trump unleashed a tirade on all Somali people, calling them garbage, and then going a step further. Hear it for yourself.
We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country.
Hearing that makes it all the more believable that.
So, you've seen and heard that, right? So President Trump is not holding back. Like I said it in the other video, if you look at the things that Ilhan Omar have been saying, she literally unleashed a war, and now she is getting the clap back, and now this is affecting all the Somalis. Let's hear a little bit more.
Trump will send ICE and the Department of Homeland Security here, as has been reported, to target our Somali community, which is the largest in the United States. And the vast majority of Somali folks here are American citizens. They're people who fled war in their country as refugees to start a new life. Once upon a time, that was a story America liked to tell about itself. Hell, it's emblazoned on the Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. To breathe free. Minnesotans by the thousands cannot tonight, perhaps sitting in fear, even with legal status, and that their president called them garbage.
So, yeah, I mean, this is create panic in the Somali community in Minnesota, because now Somalis have become, the target of President Trump, because that's what I was saying. See, when Ilhan Omar was challenging the president's authority, she was inviting this type of things onto Somalis. For example, if you look at what President Trump have been complaining about and other Americans, Ilhan Omar openly, comes out and says these things. And on top of that, she shows how much she hates, America and white people. So she said they are here to stay. Like, for example, hear this out here. If you know how much the American people and Trump is against the USAID, listen to how Ilhan Omar promotes that here. So this is the very thing that Trump have been driving home to the population, because American people are saying they are tired of American taxes being used to help support foreign citizens. So listen to Ilhan Omar brag about, USAID and trying to defend it.
In a refugee camp for 4 years as a child surviving civil war. It is the essential programs that USAID provided that kept my family and I fed and safe. It is the resources that so many people around the world rely on. And it is our soft power. Oftentimes, people interact with our country through the military. That does not create love for us, and it certainly does not keep us safe. When the world interacts with Americans through programs that provide essential need, they get to see the heart and compassion of the American people. Right. What Trump and Elon and all of their cronies are trying to do is take away the constitutional power of Congress. We get to decide. We have the power of the purse. We get to decide where money is allocated, and it's the executive's power.
All right. So you're hearing that, right? So imagine, for example, this type of talk, right? The Democrats that are standing behind her, this might sound good to them because they are in a war with President Trump, but she is the wrong spokesperson for this, and considering, you know, considering the atmosphere that we're in right now currently, because if you look at it, um, Joe Biden and the Democrats are not in power currently. So if this were the Democrats, yes, she can come out and do all this type of challenge and talking this way. But now that she is taking this war to President Trump, Trump is like, okay, let me show you if I have authority or not. So now they've deployed ICE to Minneapolis. It's already started, looking for Somalis, and it's not only about people that are illegal, even people that are legally here. Somalis that are here legally are still also getting targeted. So let us hear the news straight from Minnesota, what is happening there currently. ICE is already there. Here we go.
Targeted by federal immigration forces.
And this has a number of people in the Twin Cities feeling on edge. Bill Keller is in the newsroom with what's being said both in Washington and here at home. Bill, good morning.
Well, good morning. Well, first consider that 80,000 Somali Americans call Minnesota home. Soon upwards of 100 ICE agents could be targeting them who living here, and many understandably nervous. But according to census data, almost 58% of Somalis living in Minnesota were born in the U.S. That's nearly 6 out of 10. And of those who were born outside the United States, 87% are now naturalized citizens.
We're talking about American citizens. And so to the extent...
This is the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey. So I don't know if Jacob Frey has what it takes to stop President Trump and the federal government from actually carrying this out. So this is sent panic into the Somali community. And you see the mayor himself look, very panicked over here. This is the guy that won against Omar Fateh, the other Somali guy. So it's not looking good for the Somalis out there. I mean, considering all the fraud stuff that they've been, President Trump have been talking about. And to be honest, the Democrats, Tim Walz, these people right here, they actually caused this problem, allowing that type of fraud to take place. Now, even this innocent Somalis are going to be they're already getting caught in this crossfire, because as you heard from the president, he is not holding back. He openly called Somalis garbage right in front of the world. So here we go. Let's hear what Jacob Frey is saying.
Any federal agency is looking to terrorize the people of our city. The answer is quite simple. We stand with our immigrants. We stand with the Somali community. We stand with Latino people. We stand with anyone that is looking to make Minneapolis their home and are proud to be here.
I know many families are fearful tonight. They are. But I want you to know that City of Minneapolis stand behind you.
The police say that the ramped up immigration enforcement started in Minneapolis over the weekend. In fact, yesterday, a Fox 9 crew capturing agents questioning 2 men from Somalia who say they were stopped and had to prove that they were living here legally. Well, soon after our crew arrived, those agents left, prompting Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara to reassure residents they have no role in these actions.
The Minneapolis Police Department does not work with federal law enforcement for the purpose of conducting immigration enforcement. We don't provide information to federal immigration authorities. We don't ask people about their immigration status. Our mission is clear: to protect life, to uphold the law, and to maintain safety for all people in our communities.
So, I mean, if you look at it, man, this escalated pretty quick, pretty quick. So, yeah, the police in these sanctuary cities, sure, they don't provide information to ICE, immigration, but we also what happened in Los Angeles, New York, Chicago. Once the target is put on the group, sure, the police cannot, they wouldn't give information, but they can't stop them. I feel bad for the Somali community out there.
Now, the owner of a cafe in the Carmel Mall believes that business has been slower than usual the past few days because specifically the rhetoric by President Trump. She says that people are afraid to go out in public, fearing that they will be stopped by ICE agents. She says that because of the spotlight that's been put on the recent fraud cases here in Minnesota, the president is unfairly painting the entire Somali community with a broad brush.
I don't steal any money. I'm American. I'm a business owner. I'm working. I've been in America 26 years. I have my own house. I don't do nothing. So all the Somalians, they're not bad.
Yeah, regardless of someone's image.
So just like you heard, like the fraud cases is painting all the Somalis really bad. And also I've been saying, Ilhan Omar, the type of speeches she's been given is definitely not helping the Somalis. It's definitely not.
Immigration status, legal experts are encouraging everyone to make sure they understand their legal rights. And they say it's probably best to keep your documents with you at all time in case you are stopped. Also seek help from an immigration attorney in advance if you have specific questions.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen and heard that. A lot of this, to be honest, I think President Trump is proving to Ilhan Omar that he has the authority to do this, because a lot of, as you heard, a lot of the Somalis in that community are naturalized U.S. citizen. So President Trump is saying he wants Somalis denaturalized, but that takes a whole different process. You have to, go to court and take, it's a long process to denaturalize somebody, that's already become naturalized in this country. But the bottom line is, politics, for example, the type of rhetoric that, the representative for the Somalis are using is not helping the Somali community, considering, the type of things Somalis are being accused of doing in Minneapolis. Yes, these Democrats can come out and say, we stand with the Somali people, sure, but now who is facing the brunt of this is the Somali people themselves. So this is not looking good. I hope, Somali people out there who are innocent stay safe, and, hopefully everything works out for the Somali community out there. But honestly, the governor, and these politicians are definitely not helping. In fact, they've opened an investigation against the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. So let me know what you think about this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section. And I've seen some of these people, some of you that are upset that I'm bringing this news to you. By the way, you should be thanking me bringing you the information. I'm not the one that created this. I'm just here to bring the news to you. So please make sure you like and subscribe. Don't just watch it. Subscribe to the channel. I will be bringing you a lot more. So this is the latest. President Trump called the Somalia garbage, and he said he wants them out. He's not holding back. So hopefully this would motivate Somalis, other Africans, people from, third world countries where people would finally say, enough is enough, people get along and build, our various nations. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.